Hey everybody, the Manny Pacquiao Ugas fight just finished, and spoiler alert, Ugas defeated the Filipino boxing legend by a unanimous decision. Just before we do get into the video, I cannot use footage from the fight itself due to copyright restrictions, so as always I will use footage from some of their previous exploits. Also, if you do enjoy the analysis in these type of videos, please share and subscribe, I'd really appreciate it. Okay, onto the actual decision. One judge had it 115-113 for Ugas, while the other two had it 116-112 also for Ugas. Personally, I scored it 115-113 for the Cuban and truly believed he deserved the victory over Manny Pacquiao, although it was definitely close and well fought from both fighters. So we'll start off with some surface level analysis and get deeper into the analysis as we go along. Ugas was typically only throwing single punch or two punch combinations, although when he did throw he was highly efficient and on occasion was sending Pacquiao off balance. The long right hook and jab for Ugas were his weapons of choice and were basically landing at will. Pacquiao meanwhile was throwing multiple punch combinations and spurts, but wasn't landing with his usual ferocity or accuracy, obviously due to his age, long layoff, but also giving credit where credit is due. Ugas' defense was very good and he was throwing the right hand whenever Pacquiao initiated a prolonged attack, making Manny think twice before committing again. But going a little deeper into the analysis rather than just staying at surface level, there are two real reasons why Ugas' right hook was so effective. Now, I'm not criticizing Pacquiao at all, he is a legend first and foremost, and I don't criticize any fighters in my analysis. All this is me highlighting why certain punches or movements are working or not working. So let's get into it. The first reason was when Pacquiao was fighting at a long range or mid-distance, Pacquiao's rear hand or his left hand was constantly floating underneath the chin and slightly in front of his chest. Now, that will cause you to become open in and of itself, but when the hand is in that position, as I previously mentioned of being under the chin and in front of the chest, what occurs is that the forearm will go on a bit of more of an angle, culminating in the shoulder relaxing and getting in a lower position than where it actually should be. I know that's a really roundabout way of saying that the shoulder and the rear hand were in exposed positions, but I think it is important to explain the whole process and why it was occurring. Now that's the first reason the rear hook was working. The second reason was that Pacquiao's lead leg, or his right leg because he's southpaw, was almost completely straight. There was little to no bend in his lead leg. Now it's not necessarily a bad thing to do this if you have the majority of your weight on the rear foot, or in Pacquiao's case his left leg, and if the shoulders or the hands are in positions to block the round punches such as overhands and hooks. As we just highlighted, Pacquiao's rear shoulder was down and his weight was typically evenly distributed between both legs, making him more prone to the hooks. He didn't give himself the opportunity to weave or quickly move out of the way of Ugas' right hook due to these rigid legs, and the shoulder being down obviously, that's why he was so open. Pacquiao after the fight did say his legs were quite tight, and not using that as an excuse at all, but it definitely did seem the case in the fight itself. Ugas wasn't perfect either, he was actually quite open to uppercuts because of how far he was leaning so far over his lead foot, and staying there without much head movement, but Pacquiao was unable to really capitalize on that opening. I'm going to stop the analysis here, otherwise I can go all day, but if you do have any questions about anything about punches, analysis, etc, just leave them in the comments below and I'll answer them to the best of my ability. Congratulations to Ugas, and I'm very happy to hear that he has aspirations of a unification fight with Errol Spence, although I do think Spence will have Ugas' number if they do compete. I hope you did enjoy the video, please subscribe and share if you did enjoy it, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!